Brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. News, views on the news, discussing the further decline of the so-called black community. Wait a minute, but we got the people standing up for the rights of Afro people from unexpected places. Yeah, y'all looking at the title right. I said Ann Coulter defends and states civil rights is for blacks, as she says. She seems to show more love for us than the Democrats and, the black American female. Remember, the black American female is voting for everything that destroys them because there's a trade off. The Democrats are promising her power. Wait a minute, where have we heard something like that before? But the Democrats are promising her power if she destroys the community. They're going to give her political power. They're going to give her the power to judge the very community she's trying to destroy. They're going to give her authority and power over the home through their laws. Think about that. That was the trade-off. Man, where have I seen that before? Oh, yeah. You shall not surely die. God just don't want you to take from the tree of knowledge because he don't want you to be like him, knowing good and evil. What happened when she is given the knowledge? Summarily, she begins to destroy the man. Period. See, a lot of people don't pay attention to what really happened in the garden. And they don't pay attention to what happened in the garden is because they're blinded by what they've been taught by the black preachers in these stupid black churches where you got these black Hebrew Israelites teaching us so-called black people the same dang lies that the so-called black preacher that they say they are against is teaching. In the garden, this was a betrayal of the Afro man, a betrayal before the Most High, out of the lust and thirst for power. All right? Well, some of the people are waking up and siding with, the Afro men that have made something of themselves. Maybe not rich, but made something of themselves in that they stand for something. They're just not going to be feed into anything that the news, the media, and definitely not black women feed us. See, because we understand the truth and we understand that these groups of people have been lying to us, right? And why did the Democrats lie to us? Because as they destroy us, they need to replace our voting block. Because the black woman has done a bang up job. I mean, come on, the abortion rate now to 2019 is over 24 million of Afro people destroyed in the womb. When you don't count California, New Hampshire, and Maryland, but add in California, New Hampshire, and Maryland, you're still rising 50 to 60 million, possibly, of Afro-American people destroyed single-handedly by the black woman through abortion. But she got those privilege. She got the privilege to decide life and death. They made her not God, but the other guy. They made the black woman the other guy. The destroyer, the adversary. And some of these people have been seeing it, and we're getting support for us from unlikely sources. But why is this support coming along? Like I said, Ann Coulter? showing more love to the brothers than the black American women, the black American female, and the Dems? Oh my goodness. Well, what's going on here? Let me greet everybody real quick. And let's get these thumbs up as I greet everybody. So go ahead, click that thumbs up. Hovorn hardu guda, olo oi to the bank, basas los, bonjour mes amis, kedo bao ni konnichiwa, ni hao ni ama, sani bonani, jumbo baragan, assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right. My donation link will be in the description box. All right. If you want to donate to what this channel does in the community, the balls are starting to come in. It doesn't matter if you can or cannot, because I'm using my own funds to get some of this stuff. And whatever help you can give is appreciated. Now, the reason why I say it doesn't matter, because the pressure should not be on you. This is my movement. This is the thing that I'm doing in the community, right? Your job is to take care of home and self first. All right. Then if you have some abundance, and then if you want to take part, then you send something. But you always look after your home and yourself first. But if you got that abundance, all you got to do is click my PayPal me, which will be in the description box. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, thumbs up again. Let me remind you. And when you subscribe, click that notification bell. Okay. So basically, the defense of Afro people. All right. Now, this is Fox News. Remember, and these are things she was saying a while back, right? But, you just kind of question, man, she's fervently for the Afro male. Oh, by the way, this is a no depolicing zone. We'll get to that in a minute.
Let's move on to this Chris Wallace dust up with Rick Santorum. I assume you saw it, and your reaction to how that went down on Fox News Sunday. I got a lot of emails about it. Obviously, Santorum is very socially conservative, but what was up with that?
I thought it was an outrageous question. I was just surprised. I don't know if your viewers have seen it, but he gives this quote, the military is very important. We can't engage in social experimentation with the military. Do you agree with that, Rick Santorum? And I was sitting back thinking, that's going to be a quote from Hitler. It's always unfair to do that.
Right.
No, it was some general who said it about blacks in the military. Well, first of all, I thought Ron Williams should have punched Chris Wallace for saying that when he came on in the second half of the program. I'm sick of people comparing gays to blacks. No, it's very different.
Wow. Wow. Again, let me mention this is a no depolicing zone. I'll explain why I keep mentioning that in a minute. But wow. You got a Caucasian woman standing up for what the brothers have been saying for a long time. We have not been getting any vocal support from black women who's going on these liberal media shows. They are quick to equate and destroy the look of the so-called straight men, and that's what they want to do. And then you have this Caucasian woman that's actually standing up for the brother. Why?
What Santorum said is true. It's sexualization of the military. It's not someone being black. Tell me how being black is like being gay. You can see someone is black. You can't see that someone is gay, and the precise policy we're arguing about is whether they can go around announcing they're gay. I mean, it's not just being gay. Obviously, a guy can be listening to Lady Gaga while downloading files he's about to give to Wikipedia in the greatest betrayal of his country anyone has ever committed in the military, and he was gay pretending to listen to Lady Gaga. That's not enough under the old policy.
Wow! Unfreaking believable. I know some of y'all's heads just blew up. Remind you to get them thumbs up. But for those whose heads, we'll pause for a minute, because I'm like, wow, some people's heads. But look who's defending that. Look who is nationally going on TV and nationally open up their mouth to defend the Afro men, the men that are men, the men that aren't trying to be women, the men that are the natural state of the Afro men. All right. At no point did we ever say that people didn't have the right to do whatever they want to do. Because on that, we believe that the Most High is going to be the final judgment on that. Now, we may tell people and warn them that your lifestyle is going to be judged by the Most High. And then that's it. What you do in your bedroom is your own business. But the problem that most people have is when you try to force and bring out in the public what you do in your bedroom on our children. Period. Our children that we can have from out of our loins and choose to. Period. You have no right over what I do with my tool and my seeds and how I raise them. And because you choose to not want to create your own, you cannot go and take and commandeer other people. But this is what's happening in the United States. Oh, this stuff gets deeper with this woman. Hold on. Many of surprises are coming from this woman where brothers who generally would not side with this woman on much would have to say that her conservative views are starting to make sense as we see the destruction of the Afro community family and the black community right before our very eyes. All right. But this is a woman that is using black is not gay. Gay is not the new black. Who came up with that? Caucasian people. Caucasian people came up with that. The black woman spread it around and tried to get everybody to buy into that. Aren't we tired of Caucasian people defining us? Aren't we tired of everyone else trying to define us? Me, I, for one, am not letting any more of these people define who I am as a person. What it is to be me, an Afro man in America. I said that. I defined that. Now, I use this terminology, and some people think it fits with them. They can grow an Afro, they're a man, and they're in America. Descendants of the slave. Okay? Descendants of the Aboriginal people here. Okay? So, hey, that's how I define myself. Some other dudes like, yeah, I could grow up. So that's how they define themselves too. But not because I said it, because it makes logical sense to them. And when they come up with something else, we might use that. But no longer are we letting other people that don't mean us any good define us. Not the black woman, and definitely not the Caucasian man. Period. And we're getting help from unlikely sources like Tucker Carlson and Coulter. Yeah, everybody's still trying to wrap their head around it. Well, keep on wrapping your head around this. This was another thing where she had to wreck shop. Pay attention.
You make kind of a provocative comment in your new book here, Mugged, and I think it's on page 151. You write that various groups, feminists, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience. Yes. What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. I mean, I think the way liberals have treated blacks like children and many of their policies.
Yes, they have. Vote for us. We don't have to do a darn thing for you because you'll vote for us anyway. Wait a minute. We know you will vote for us because everything that's happened to you, the Democratic Party was responsible for. The poll tax, Democratic Party. Civil War, to keep you slaves. Democratic Party wanted to keep you slaves. Reconstruction, to make sure that you did not serve any more seats in Congress and in the House. That was the Democratic Party. Because remember, Most of the black people that were in office during Reconstruction were in the Republican Party. Then you had the KKK Democratic Party, the lynchings and stuff, Medgar Evers and all the people that were assassinated by the Democratic machine. I mean, come on, they took out Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Hampton. Okay, the Black Panthers. Come on, period. The Democratic Congress, the Democratic Party. Think about that. And even during all that, they were the ones that were primarily against the civil rights movement. The Democrats, yes. And even with all of that, you know who votes for them still to this day? Black people. So why should they have to do anything for people that watch the Democratic Party destroy them throughout all of their history politically in this country, and they still vote for them? I wouldn't do nothing for anybody either. Why should I spend political capital on people that's going to vote for me no matter what I do to them?
Have been harmful to blacks, at least they got the beneficiary group right. We do have to, I mean, we shouldn't. There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions, but that's, or gays who want to get married to one another. That's what civil rights has become for.
Oh, so she mentions it, that everybody is, and these are primarily Caucasian people, which are in the majority. All these groups are Caucasians who are in the majority. Let me repeat that again. All of these groups are Caucasians who are in the majority. That's getting privilege on the backs of the people that, oh yeah, the Democrats fire hose the black people. The Democrats sick dogs on them. The Democratic police were the ones arresting them and tossing them in jail, beating them with batons. Understand that. And those are the same people that are stealing your rights for their own purposes. For who they want to have sex with, for who they want in this country to replace you. Period. For their choice. Period. They never stood for the Afro family. The Afro family had more in line with the Republican platform, but we already know they are who they are, and they didn't want us either. So why are we identifying? Why do we have politics identity? We should just let it be a mystery who we would choose if we're going to vote. But we should have PACs and lobbyists.
Much of the left, they dropped the blacks after 5 minutes.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No.
No, I think civil rights are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
But you see, most of us are either immigrants or...
All right, understand now how he says immigrants, but the conversation is about illegal immigration, not immigrants. All right, illegal immigration. So see how the Democrats twist the real question? It's about illegal immigration, not immigration.
Or are the descendants of immigrants, and we understand that not everybody, there are Native Americans, but we understand in this country, that kind of self-deportation, making things so difficult for immigrants, for undocumented immigrants, that they have to leave.
So understand that this is a Democrat that just told you, black people, F you. All right, we're going to put our capital And when he said undocumented immigrants, that's the Democrat sweet word for illegal alien. All right. I personally don't think there should be any borders anywhere in the world. I should be able to go wherever I want to, anywhere in the world. But under this system of so-called laws, these Democrats or Caucasian men twist these laws to suit themselves. And so they want to get rid of you, and they got the black woman do a bang-up job in doing that. So we're going extinct. And so they need to replace their voting bloc. And so they're going to do it with illegal immigration. Not the legal version. He's talking about illegal immigration. All right? To replace you. And yet you'll vote for these guys.
The DREAM Act, vetoing, threatening to veto the DREAM Act, which is what Romney has said. I mean, and again, we have Governor Romney, who is basically taking a position that is anti a large and the fastest growing segment of the electorate.
And here's the thing, if Republicans don't do something with immigration, and if Republicans are so far away from Latinos, they're going to lose not only this election, they might lose the White House for generations.
The future.
Now, understand what he just said. Keep in mind, this was during the Obama era, right? So what happened when Trump ran? This is the hypocrisy of these Democrats. See, they're not understanding that a lot of people are waking up.
And
that's
Texas,
why-
Texas to turn
That's
from
why the
red to
Democrats
blue.
are dropping the blacks and moving on to the
They're not
Hispanics.
And that is the absolute truth right there. That's exactly what they're doing. They are dropping the blacks, so-called, and moving to the Hispanics because the black woman has done a bang-up job of making black people go extinct. And remember, all these Caucasians sitting at the table understood it has always been about the seed. And so if the black women are not taking in and bearing the seeds of the Afro men, then they know that there can never be no Afro community. And they said, well, we're sleeping with the Caucasian men and carrying his seed. But remember, the Caucasian man is the ruler of his seed, which means that would you bear more of his seeds, his people, which he teaches in his way. And by bearing children with his seed, you then eliminate the Afro male seed because it's all about the seed. But the seed change is that the Afro male seed of women as the betrayers as they are. And so they're moving on to people that will bear their seed. Oh, and guess what? This might help out the Republicans or any conservative group because they will be smart enough not to ever vote Democratic again. Or maybe vote again.
Because they're a larger group of Hispanics now. But could I just say to Jorge, I hate to disagree with you when you're attacking President Obama, but I think the point on immigration is you can have open borders or you can have a welfare state. You cannot have both.
Ruh-roh. Can you say a roast? In the hizzy for shizzy manizzy. Wow. So, as we looked at the sea change and the defense of Afro people, what got into Ann Coulter? Could it be a sticker? Dynamite! I'm just saying, y'all. And the rest of them can hit the wall. Remember, that's why I say we need these no depolicing zone, because women tend to follow the legacy of the man that they choose to be with. And right now, this woman is choosing to be with a sticker. Dynamite! I did that wrong. A sticker. Dynamite! But y'all know what it is. A person that is able to allow her to see the legacy that the Afro man has been going through. A person that actually cares about the Afro man to the point that she will use her platform to speak on our issues. Amazing how that works when we start dating people that actually care about us and not be concerned with what the black woman wants, because we already know she don't care about us. With that said, I'm out.